Hi, fourth graders, welcome back. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about one-point perspective. We're going to learn to do a couple new things. Last time we were working with one-point perspective, we were learning about drawing things that were sitting on the horizon line, looking at things that were three-dimensional, things like boxes or buildings. We were drawing our buildings or our houses that receded into the background. Today we're going to do a couple other points of view. We're going to look and learn how to draw using one-point perspective, both above the horizon line and below the horizon line. And the rules are still the same. All those lines that we're going to end up drawing are going to recede into the vanishing point. If you have forgotten about one-point perspective, there's another video I just posted on using one-point perspective that you can watch to sort of review. Okay? What we're going to do, I'm going to start using a pink marker so that you can see the lines that I'm going to draw, and then you guys can learn a little bit about how to use the one-point perspective to make things above or below the horizon line. Things that you might use them for, sometimes maybe like a spaceship floating in the air, or lights that are like street lights if you saw underneath them, boxes, or things on a table, buses, things that are below the eye level, below the horizon line, you are going to see different sides of. As you can see just from looking, if you see something on the horizon line, you are seeing the front of that object and you are seeing one side of it. But imagine if you were to hold something up over your head, if you were to hold a box over your head, you would see, or the person looking at it would see the front and the side, but also the bottom. Same with if you put something down on the ground. If you put a box down on the ground, you might see the front of the box and the top of the box, but depending on where the box was, in relation to your vanishing point, you might also see the side of it. So, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, I'd love for you to get started with me. We're going to start, I'm going to draw my piece of paper because it's not going to take up this whole space. On my piece of paper, I'm going to draw my horizon line, just like you guys have done a bunch of times, but I'm going to make it right through the middle of my paper. I know we don't always have to do it there, but we're going to put it right through the middle of the paper, and I'm going to make my vanishing point right in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to make a couple boxes that I'm going to use. I'm going to make the boxes, the front faces of the boxes, using my black marker. I'm going to make one in the top corner. I'm going to make one in the middle. I'm going to make one in the other corner. I'm going to make two on my horizon line, just like we did when we were making our street scenes and we wanted our buildings. And I'm going to make three, one on the corner, one below, one in the other corner. I'm going to draw those rectangles, and those are the boxes that I'm going to work on drawing using one-point perspective in space. So here's my horizon line, here's my vanishing point. We know that as those boxes recede into the vanishing point, we might see more than one side. If we were looking straight at the box, you see just the center. Throw that away. If I move my box over, you see the front and you see the side of the box. If I lift it up, you see the front, the side, and the bottom. If I move it closer to the vanishing point, above the vanishing point, you see the front and the bottom. If I move it this way, you see this side, this side, this side. Same if I go to the bottom, below my eye level, below the vanishing point. Front, top, side. Whoops. Front, top, side. So the next part we've got our 8 rectangles, and we're going to do some lines that recede into the vanishing point. The first two we're going to do, you guys already know, so this part is going to be easy for you guys. I think you guys are going to do great on all of it, but you're going to go from the top of this corner of your rectangle to the vanishing point, and from the bottom of the rectangle to the vanishing point. And you're going to go from the top of the rectangle to the vanishing point, whoops, backwards, bottom of the rectangle from your vantage point. You guys already did this with your street scene, so you guys know what it's like to look at an object on the horizon line. And remember, anything that stands up and straight in real life, stands up straight, up and down, is still going to go up and down in your picture. So when I make the end of my box, and I don't want to make my boxes too big because we've got a lot of boxes we're going to put in here. I'm going to make the line go straight up and down, straight up and down. I'm going to trace this for you guys so you can start to see. If this is my line, that's the edge of the box. See how it goes straight up and down? I'm going to go to the edge, or to the corner, and to the corner using my lines for my vanishing point. And then straight up and down. So those are the two boxes that are at eye level. If I were to go above eye level, now I'm looking at the part where I can see the bottom of the boxes. I'm going to go from this corner to the vanishing point, this corner to the vanishing point. If I were to go from this corner in, I would go through my rectangle and through my rectangle. So I don't need to do that. The bottom of my box is parallel to the bottom of my box is parallel to the bottom of this rectangle. So this line is going to go left to right, and then we get those two lines. That's going to be the one held in the center right above, like that. Same thing happens with the ones in the corners, but this time we're going to get 3 sets of corners. We don't need to go through our rectangle, but we're going to go from this corner to the vanishing point, this corner to the vanishing point, this corner to the vanishing point. Now this edge of the box, if we are over here, you can see it goes straight up and down and left to right, vertical and horizontal. So the edge of our box is going to be vertical, and at the bottom it's going to be horizontal. So I'm going to make this line is going to be vertical. It's parallel to this corner or line. This line will be horizontal, parallel to this side. And there we have that box floating in space. We'll do it again. And I'm going to go through and do all of mine a little bit faster. If you guys have a ruler at home, it's even easier with a ruler. My lines are a little bit fuzzy, but I did not get to grab a ruler. So you can see if you're doing it slowly and carefully, you can do it pretty well without a ruler. But if you have one, definitely try it so you can make a straight edge. Okay, so my line for this box is going to be up and down. That's the back of the box. It's a right angle. It looks like an L, and then, or backwards L, back and forth. The ones at the bottom, we're going to see the top of our box. And then we draw those lines, and the sides recede towards the vanishing point. These ones recede towards the vanishing point. These ones recede towards the vanishing point. And make sure that we make those nice and straight so it doesn't look like they wobble. But so that's how we're going to use 1-point perspective to make boxes recede into the background and make them look 3-dimensional, whether they are below the horizon line, above the horizon line, or right on the horizon line. Now, if we had a box right at your eye level, right in the center, would it look 3-dimensional? It would not look 3-dimensional. It would just be that flat box because you are only looking directly at the front of it, directly at one side of it. So this is what I want you guys to try to do. When you finish this, if you want to color the boxes, I would love to see them. If you want to turn them into presents, if you want to try to turn them into Roblox characters, that's another thing you could do is like Roblox guys. I would love to see your drawings, see what you can do. Color them. I would love for you to send them to me, email them to me. I hope you guys are doing great. We miss you at school. I'll put one of these up every week. Hopefully we can keep in touch and we'll see each other soon. Okay, bye.